So the first week I joined ZETA, I flew to Money 2020. So that's my first interaction with the ZETA leadership, the ZETA team, everybody. Like I joined and directly went to Money 2020. And Money 2020 was happening in Las Vegas. It's massive. The houses of fintech globally was there. And then 2 years down the lane, we're doing GFF, which is Global Fintech Fest. Comparing the scale, GFF is no less than Money 2020. It is, if not bigger. I could see your Vijay Shekhar Sharma, your Jupiter founders, the bank founders, the RBI governor, from all the way to Nirmala Sitharaman. So the entire fintech industry was in that one building, the massive, the Geo theater. GFF just shows, while we are working inside a closed room, day in, day out, building a product, GFF just shows and gives a validation of how important is that what we are building in ZETA and how it's going to change the world.
When UPI was first launched back more than a decade ago, it largely focused on just the CASA accounts, the savings accounts as we know it. And we all know what UPI has become today. Credit line on UPI is a true game changer. It is going to drive financial inclusion like never before. Ramki and I were in a conversation. We went through this and said, hey, this is something we just must have. Apparently, the bank had reached a conclusion on its own that ZETA may not be able to support because of bandwidth constraints, etc.
Things were so dynamic and the requirements were changing till the last moment, so we were not confident at all that we'll be able to be ready for the GFF.
Sat with our partners at HDFC and basically pitched that we can do this.
We saw an opportunity to both from a commercial standpoint and a technical standpoint that bank and ZETA can benefit if we together launch a credit line product on UPI.
11th of August was the date when this particular feature, credit on UPI, was introduced to us. We were left with around 15 days.
A lot of people within the team themselves were skeptical that hey, will we be able to pull off, because we have done certifications with NPCI and working with the bank multiple times in the past, and we have seen that it's a good 6 months to 9 months exercise, and here we were talking about getting things done in like 30 to 45 days.
When we went to the engineering teams, they were like, our flows have not been tested in live at all, and doing a demo directly at such a big stage, that's going to be very difficult.
We run transactions for the nation. We're literally doing that. So it's not like a simple half a day installation or implementation will do the job. There is a reason why our systems have the checks and balances, and why there are various teams that have to come together for something this big.
I know for the fact that the platform teams and the Plutus team from the payment side worked in a war room mode for 2 weeks, right? All the way up to the day one of the event to prepare us for the demo, and their work was remarkable and commendable, really.
Everyone, in 6.5 weeks, the kind of effort they put in. We got certified on the RuPay issuer switch. We got our we got the entire UPI PSP also together. We proved it in UAT, we proved it in an environment called POC from this, and we made it to GFF, making live transactions all the way around. Right? So
On the day of launch, we were still not sure when we were doing UPI EMI demo. But in the next day, the day 2, when the large stage and the RBI governor, Nandan Nilekani and Chris and others were on stage, maybe an hour before the event is when we got confirmation that, hey, we're going to demo your credit line. It was cast on YouTube all over the place, and I know everybody in ZETA was watching.
That was special. I mean, we had a last minute scare.
Did something went wrong? All of our hearts skipped a beat. We were like, what the hell is going on? I mean, why isn't the app picking up the QR code?
Is it gonna happen or not? And is it QR will get scanned, or why it's taking time and all?
So it was a tight moment, but somehow I had a confidence because we have tested a lot of times.
It was very, very surreal. First, because we were not really sure half an hour back whether we are, NPCI will be actually demoing this part or not. But they did, right? So I think that was a great feeling. And then the transaction scene getting through after the QR fiasco was again a great feeling, is what I was saying.
I think the clarity of the mission and the worthiness of the mission, I think, just put everybody on the job. They chased it as if nothing else mattered, and nothing else did. And we have gotten that output. I think it's extremely motivating to me to be able to work alongside such a team on a daily basis.
And for bank, it was double delight because we were ready not only on the PSP side but on the issuer side also. And on both the side, it was ZETA which was sort of had enabled us to be ready.
They're great on everything. They are obviously a very, very good bank, extremely profitable. But the one thing that the bank has been seen as a laggard in is in their digitization.
Bank wanted to usher in digital transformation, especially UPI, because UPI has completely changed the landscape of payments in India, right? So when ZETA was brought in as partner in the HDFC in the bank, the feeling was that this partnership will help bank to bridge that gap with other fintech.
At that point of time, we had a lot of meetings, discussions, right? So ZETA was a fintech, so we were a regulated entity, as you know. So our expectations, our way of looking into it were different.
At a micro level, it sometimes feels like a fight, right? You have to negotiate, bargain on many of the work items, right? But at a macro level, I know for the fact that we are shaping the next wave of credit products in India.
Launching this product ahead of Google Pays and Phone Pays of the world, right? It sort of gave that confidence and it proved that call which was taken 2.5 years back, that the call was correct.
So the kind of transition that's happened, the abrupt transition from being lukewarm to yes, I'm positive, but I don't know if such things can be done, to genuinely believing that it's magic and ZETA will consistently do magic, is something that we managed to get through by getting this GFF all together and organized.
After GFF, the speed at which we executed, we have actually raised the expectations for all our stakeholders.
This particular event was really remarkable, and I'm going to carry that memory for really long.
So this is again a validation of what ZETA's current technical architecture is capable of, and can't wait for it to see in millions of users' hands.